Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to address this guy who's hanging out at school bus stops with an AR-15. His name, if you don't know already, is like Jaden McAddery. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. And that first name, I'm pretty sure means that he is, and I think we all know it, a genie. So I don't know why he's doing this when he could be doing anything else. But he's been hanging out at a school bus stop with an AR-15, open carrying a long gun. Now this gentleman is 20 years old. He can legally possess the gun, but he's causing a big ruckus. This is in Maryland, I do believe. A lot of people whose kids go to that bus stop are getting very scared. And people have asked me, what do I think about this form of protest? Do I support him? Do I agree with what he's doing, and would I do it? Well, no, I don't really agree with what he's doing, and I wouldn't do it. I don't like to be a nuisance. Me personally, I just don't want to be the center of attention. I've always found when people start paying attention to you too much, they start seeing things you don't want people to see. So I don't like that. That's why you don't see me being, the forefront of much of anything. You don't see me doing speeches or doing meet and greets or anything like that. Even if someone would want to have me, I would rather not do it. But like I said, do I agree with what he's doing? Would I do it? No. I think it's a bit inflammatory. I think it could actually go a long way into creating more of a negative feeling amongst most people in the middle than a positive one. But I do support what he's doing 100%. I might not think it's the best tactical move. I might not think it'll do any good. I think it might eventually get him in trouble as a public nuisance. But I still support 100% what he's doing. Because let's remember, protest and things like this, what he's doing right here without breaking the law, and even if he broke the law a little bit, I'm usually okay with that in the form of protest. That is one of our most basic rights as citizens. Our right to protest laws and the government that we don't agree with, that's like something that's essential to being an American. So I support him. I'm not one of these two-faced, hypocritical gun people who believe in freedom and the Constitution, except for when I disagree with someone, then bomb them from the skies. That kind of crap. Or if I don't agree with them, they should just shut up. The police should go in there and shut them down. Those kind of guys. Those guys are hypocrites, and they are not a benefit to anything. So even though I don't agree with this guy, to not be a hypocrite, I got to support him. And I do. I don't even think what he's doing is that bad. It's just not anything I would do. And like I said, it does have a potential to backfire and cause more people to have a negative feeling about what's going on than a positive one, because a lot of people won't get the point. But like I said, I still have to 100% support his right to protest. And also, let's look at what he's doing and how bad is it? Is he engaging in unsafe activity? Is he muzzling a bunch of children every day? If he's doing that, I'm like, yeah, get him the fuck out of there. If he's behaving safely, not putting anyone at risk, well then I don't understand why anybody would be afraid. If you know that guy's there to make a point, he's not behaving in any way that's unsafe, you know he's not a bad guy, you know he's engaging in protest, then why would you be afraid? If anything, if my kids went to that bus stop, I'd be like, hey, there's some guy there protesting with an AR-15. He's obviously not there to do anything bad because he's trying to make a point. So, if anything, my kids have got a bodyguard. There's an armed person there. Like I said, this could explode in people's faces if something happened, like he was engaging in unsafe behavior, had an ND and harmed a child or something. That could be horrible. So yes, it has a potential to go very wrong. But all protest has a potential to go very wrong. It seems like every protest you engage in nowadays, you have to leave at a certain point, or else you're going to be standing there when people are setting cars on fire and everything, because bad elements always get involved. But that's not a reason to not protest. And like I said, just because there's a potential for something bad to happen, that doesn't mean you don't do it. And like I said, even though there is potential for something bad to happen, there's more potential. What if something good happens? Like I said, for one, I would say these kids are very well protected. If I wanted to harm kids, I wouldn't be going to the bus stop where I know there's a guy protesting with an AR-15. I think I'd choose another bus stop. And let's say, some crazy person shows up and tries to kidnap a child or hurt a child or run one over, and he blows their brains out while they're trying to do it and stops them from doing it, well, then that turned out to be awesome. That's good PR. So there's also potential for good PR. But like I said, I don't really agree with this type of thing that gets people all angry. I would rather sit down and discuss things reasonably, behind closed doors usually, to where people aren't watching us. Although I don't mind being in public and doing things. I go to rallies and stuff like that. But it's just not my thing. But do I think he's like, oh, he's some sort of monster? Well, no, let's consider a genie a monster. But no, I don't think he's some sort of monster. I think he's making a point. Do I agree with how he's making it? Not 100%. Do I support how he's making it? Of course, 100%. Because like I said, he's not a danger to anyone. And just because other people want to say, I'm scared or I'm offended, well, that's just them. That's on them. That's their issue. That's not his issue. No more so than when someone's like, I'm scared because a black person moved into my neighborhood. That's not the black person's problem. That's that person's problem. Same thing with those people that are complaining about what he's doing. That's their problem. Now, can that work against us as in the eyes of the public and in the public consciousness of whether they think positively or negative about us? Well, of course it can, but anything can. If someone's determined to not like us and to be against us, they're going to not like us and be against us. And I don't think this guy's going to have that big of an effect. But like I said, some people might get the point. Other people might realize, yeah, he's not hurting anyone, not breaking any laws, and if anything else, there's a good Samaritan there with a gun at the bus stop. Yeah, the kids are safe. I don't think there's going to be anyone running in there to cause problems. So whether you agree with how he's doing this or not, you have to support the fact that he's doing it if you believe in the Constitution and you believe in people's rights to protest. I even go a little step further, and I believe in a person's right to engage in civil disobedience as long as they're not harming anyone. This guy is not harming anyone. He might be harming some people's delicate sensibilities, but he's not harming them, and he's definitely not harming their children. I think what he's doing is awesome. I like the fact that there are people out there that are willing to do this and willing to be a public spectacle. I don't want to have to do it. So I applaud the fact that some people do these things. And like I said, he's not hurting anybody. I don't think he's a risk to anyone unless someone can tell me like, oh, the guy, he's got one in the chamber and he's flagging people and he's got really bad finger control and blah, blah, blah. Well, if that's happening, I'm going to be like, well, then someone needs to get out there and do something about this. Get him off the streets if he's dangerous, or at least educate him on how not to be dangerous with his gun. And then maybe he can go back. But if he's not doing that, which I've seen no evidence that he's doing that, I've seen no one point out any dangerous behavior, just being there with the rifle. And like I said, that is not hurting anyone. It's not illegal. A lot of people might not like it, but it's an essential part of America, being able to protest. That's what he's doing. And like I said, if you don't support that 100% and you pretend to care about the Constitution, well, then you're a hypocrite.